Hello, welcome back to Scale Modeling Cafe. Welcome to the preview for 2025. In this video, what I'm attempting to do, or aiming to do, is I'm going to go through just some of the aims I have for the channel and just let you know what's coming up, really. It's all going to start, well, it already has started with Spitfires. And if you've seen my review of 2024, you know that was really the year of the Spitfire. I think I did... What did I do? I did the C5 conversion, 2 Malta Spitfire Mark 5s, the Mark 12 conversion, plus lots of reviews and things like that on Spitfire stuff. And it's all going to kick off with more Spitfires, 2 in fact, another double build, this time Laminar Flow Designs conversions in 48 scale, 2 Mark 14s, I nearly said Razorback then, and I got told off last time I said Razorback. Apparently that's reserved for P47s. High back and bubble top. And I don't think I've made a bubble top Spitfire before. Nonsense. I'm talking utter nonsense. I've made lots of C5 17s. Yeah, just had to think about that. I thought, why did I say that? It's daft. Anyway, not made the Edward 48 scale bubble top Spitfire. There we go. We'll say that. That is a true fact. Yeah, so it's all going to start off with that. And I do want to do another Spitfire in 32nd scale. And I don't know which one I'm going to go first. I've got 3 to choose from. I've got the Laminar Flow Designs Mark 5C conversion. I'd love to do that in a Malta scheme. I've got the Mark 14 high back, and I've got the Mark 14 bubble top, all to do. But what I don't want to do is burn myself out as much as I love the Laminar Flow Designs conversions. I don't want to burn myself out with too much, and I don't want to bore you lot with too much of Matthew's stuff. Lots of reviews coming on those, and I know he's doing the 24 scale one. So what I might do is, if I'm going to do one big scale Spitfire, it might be the 24 scale one. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. But it's not all going to be Spitfires. Don't worry. There's going to be some Spitfires, but a lot other besides. Right. I am doing another book, and I do need to crack on with some more projects for that. One of those is going to be the Edward Mustang in 72nd scale. And I've got the Royal class just up there, and I'm going to do both of those. One of them is going to be for the book, and I'm going to reserve it for that. But the other one I'm going to do on the channel, and I've got some decal sheets up there, and some really interesting schemes actually. One of them is going to be an F51 Mustang in Korea with a shark's mouth, and another one is going to be whatever fighter group Jersey Jerk was, you know, the one with the red nose and the blue diamonds. Can't remember what it is off the top of my head. It's another aeroplane from the same fighter group, because I really, really like that scheme. I think it's really cool. I'm also going to do the Armour Hobby B, and then in the book I'm going to compare the two, even though the Armour Hobby D is coming out in due course. So that's the Mustangs. Other stuff I've got planned, as I just look up there, I've got the Dora Wings Norseman. I've never built a Dora Wings kit. I really want to build that one. And I've never built an ICM kit, and quite a few people mention every now and again, that kind of does make sense, doesn't it? But multiple times people have mentioned the 132nd scale I-153, and I really want to get that done this year as well. So that'll be a couple of firsts for me, a couple of new manufacturers to my workbench. In April, I've got a bit of a backlog of Armour Hobby stuff. So I've got up there, I've got another Hurricane in 48 scale, the 2B, which I'm going to convert into a Soviet one. Really want to do that one. I've obviously got that Spitfire. I've got the Key 43 coming and the P36. what I want to do is Armour April. And the whole of April is going to be dedicated to Armour. Now, I've got a feeling I'm not going to get everything finished, so there might be a bit of a spillover into Armour August as well. Depends what they come up with in throughout the year, because they have announced they're doing 2 new 72nd scale kits as well as the ME262. So that's 3 72nd scale kits and 2 more in 48 scale as well. So who knows what they are. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to do all that in April. I'm actually away at home for the last week of Ramadan, so that'd be Eid this year. So that's the first week taken up. I'll be at home. But what I will do is when I get back is I just want to smash on through. I've got the 72nd scale P39 up there that I want to do as well, and I've got the 48 scale P39. So there's no way I'm going to be able to get all that done. What I'm going to do though is I'll probably do maybe one video build of one of the newer kits. That'll probably be hopefully the P36. I'll do that as a video because that'll be the freshest one. Might be able to squeeze in another one, so maybe I'll do the maybe the P39 or the Key 43 as a video build as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Hurricane. I'm going to build that kind of off camera, if you like, because that one it's my favourite kit I've ever built. Is the 48 scale Armour Hurricane. Built 2 of them already. One on the channel, another one got a debrief. The Sea Hurricane was a debrief one. Just a beautiful kit, and I want to get that done. So April's going to be Armour April. It will spill over into May. I'm gonna tell you that now. Whatever kits I do, I could probably get 2 done in the month, but maybe I'll aim for 3, and we'll see how we go. So that's going to be April. My kind of New Year's resolution is not to buy as many kits as I did in 2024. Now, I said in January last year that I didn't want to buy, hardly any kits at all, and ended up buying quite a few. I'm gonna do the same again, but what I'm definitely going to get is the ICM Hampton for sure. Definitely going to get that kit 100%. I'm always going to get the Armour Hobby kits, all of them, because one of my favourite manufacturers. I'm also same for Edward, but other than the Spitfire conversions, I know the P40 is coming out this year, and I'm gonna get the Overtrees for that and just stick it in the stash, and I'll build that when I get round to it. Same for the the P51 BC. I bought the Overtrees, that's in the stash. The Wildcat, the Zero, they tend to go into the stash. But what I do want to do is I do want to wade through the stash and start building more from the stash. In the past, I've set myself targets of, if I want to buy a new kit, then I'm going to have to build 2 from the stash before I buy another kit, and then that way to reduce the stash. I've actually sold quite a few models this last year, and a few didn't sell. I'm going to have to try and offload those because I'm never going to build them. But that's what I want to do, and I want to build more Edward Overtrees, stuff from the stash. I'd love to do the Zero and the Wildcat. What I am going to do is the Tempest, and that's up there. So I'm going to do a Tempest to replace the one I sold, and yeah, that's kind of it really. Now, Airfix. I don't know what Airfix are going to do. So I built, I think, one Airfix kit last year. That was the JP, and that was in December. I'm not sure I did any of those. I didn't build any of the new tools. I reviewed them all, and they look absolutely beautiful, and I'd love to do that. I am going to do the Lancaster, the B1/3. I am going to do that next year because that is for a publication project that I'm working on, as is the Mustang. So that's going to get done. But I can see 2025 being World War II prop heavy. I'm just in a bit of a mood for that. Now, the mood might change. Depends what other jets are out there and what jets come along. I do have the Great Wall Hobby F-14 that I need to build. Looking forward to doing that. But when I'm going to fit that one in, I don't know. What I am going to do, though, and I have to do this because I told my friend I was going to build it for him, is the Academy 32nd scale F-18 in Australian markings. Because my friend out here who flew them actually leaves at the end of the year. So I've got a deadline, and I've got to get that done. So I will be doing the 32nd scale F-18. Now, I hear the undercarriage is a bit of a pig on that, and that's fine because he wants it in flight. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. I think what I'm going to do is get some brass tubing, cut it down, glue it inside the fuselage with a hole, line it all up, and then he can, when he gets home to Australia, can mount it however he wants. That's going to be the plan from that. So there are going to be 1 or 2 jets next year, but like I say, prop heavy. And a lot of single engine World War II fighters coming, which, suits me right down to the ground because, I can really go to town on weathering. Now, one thing project I do want to do next year is I want to do a derelict aeroplane. I haven't done a derelict project for a long time, and I love derelict projects. You can really go to town on weathering. I'm pretty sure I know which one I'm going to do, and that is the Clearprop MiG-23. I've got all 3 in the stash. Say all 3, there's 4 of them now, because they brought out the Ukrainian version, didn't they? But the initial sort of 3, I bought all 3, and that looks like a beautiful kit, and I really want to do that, and I really want to do that as a derelict one. And again, it's time, isn't it? I average throughout the year 12 models a year. I want to try and up that if I can. I'm going to have to. I'm going to try and up that if I can. And the way I'm going to do that is, I'm sorry for you guys, but I'm going to do 1 or 2 projects that are going to be just for me. I'll do a debrief on them. I'll do updates as I go along, but I'm not going to video them. It really does slow me down, doing all the videoing, then doing all the editing. And sometimes I just want to hit the bench. So, projects that I'm going to do in that format is going to be the Hurricane, the Armour Hurricane in Armour April. That's going to be one of those. Possibly the P39 as well, depends. One of the Mustangs is going to be done like that. I want to do the Dora wings as a full project, and maybe the Tempest. I might do that as a me project, which means what I have tried to do last year, or ever since I set the channel up, is bring you a modelling episode every week. That might change in 2025. I need to keep my mojo going. At the end of the day, this is a hobby for me. I don't do it for the money at all. That's not to say that I'm not very appreciative of super thanks when they drop in and things like that. But I'm not fishing honest feathers. But I know a lot of modelers, it's kind of it's their job, or they do it to subsidize their life and that kind of thing, and do commissions and all that kind of stuff. For me, I don't do that. And for me, it is just a pure hobby. I do some articles, modelling articles, but that is because I like putting my stuff out there in magazines, and I like the feedback, and I like seeing my models in print. Like I like seeing them on YouTube. But I don't do it for the money. So I know YouTube is it's just all run by algorithms. I'd love to be as successful as Plasmo and you know, and all those guys, and have tens, if not hundreds of thousands of views. I don't get that. I get a couple of thousand per video. So that's an awful lot of effort for not very many views. And then by doing the format that I do, that each project is 3 or 4 episodes, I'll probably get a couple of thousand each episode. Although the intros tend to be a lot lower. People don't tend to like those so much, but I like doing them. So I'm probably getting about 10,000 views per model, which is amazing. That really is amazing. For me, it's a lot less work if I did like Plasmio and Scalaton and you know, people like that, and just did one video start to finish, and got the same amount of views for that one video. That's a lot less work for me, a hell of a lot less work for me. But for me, I prefer the format. So what I do is I produce videos that I want to watch, and hopefully therefore other people want to watch them. Lots of different formats. My best ever modelling video was when I did the Zukimura F4C Phantom, and I'd already done that as a full project. I waited for a big number of months, however many it was, and then I edited the whole project down into a 30-40 minute video, and that is my best performing video. What was it, 7,000-8,000 views, something like that. And I'm going to do more of that next year. So there might be a few weeks with no modelling content, and then you might go bang, you might get one project start to finish. I'm going to, when I'm home on leave, what I'm going to do is go back through the back catalogue, get some of the older videos, and exactly what I did with the Phantom and the Hurricane is edit them right down into about 20 to 30 minutes with some music, no explanations, and put that out there as a bit of like a coffee table video, if you like. All the explanations are in the other videos, the other series, and it's quite a nice way, I think, of keeping me current in editing and stuff, and keep pushing out stuff while I'm home on leave, while the modelling stops. So I'm going to try and do more of those next year as well. New kits coming along, right? Obviously, we are very much in the middle of the season for manufacturers announcing their 2025 releases. Some companies do it really early, like Edward, it's like middle of the year. Some announce a date that they're going to do it. So Airfix's announcement is on the 14th. Very excited to watch that one, see what they're going to bring us. And I am 100% guaranteed that if they don't announce a 48 scale Jaguar, the forums and Facebook is going to go into meltdown. We need a Jag. But always remember, they do their surprise announcements, like the Lysander and the Sea King the year before that. So even if, you know, I reckon they might do maybe announce 3 or 4 like mainstream new tools in January, and I reckon they're going to keep something up their sleeve for later on. 1, maybe even 2, who knows. And I've got a feeling they'll probably wait for Telford for, you know, so if you don't hear anything in the summer, I think you're probably not going to hear anything until November, and then they'll hit us with that. So that's my thoughts on Airfix, and who knows what they're going to bring out. I'd like to do one of the Airfix's new tools, whatever it is. No idea. Hopefully a 72nd scale Hampton, and I can put it alongside my 24th one. I think my laptop's about to die, and this is plugged into it. Anyway, I've pretty much come to the end. Thank you very, very much for all your support in 2024. Please stick with me through 2025. Like, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. And I'll see you then. I'll see you throughout the year in all the videos to come. So, cheers. Bye-bye.